Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, but you can call me Pajama Grandma. In case we haven't met yet, hashtag pajama in the comments below. So I know it's the first time you're catching and being exposed to the Pajama Grandma, listening to my documentation of what I'm doing as I transition from the brick and mortar world and the corporate world, the real business world, to the online world. And I'm not doing, actually that's not true. I am doing a pretty much full-fledged transition because even the business choices that I'm selecting now have a major online component, and I'm working the online component of the business. And if there's other things that need to be done, the face-to-faces and things, I will do those via the computer through Zoom or other technologies, and Voxer and other cool tools that are available now, and limit my interaction of actually having to be on a schedule of going out and doing things on other people's timeline. I don't mind going out and doing things on my timeline, but I'm going to have to get dressed. So I always make sure it's my timeline. But I'm thinking about, and I woke up thinking about things that I didn't think consciously were still bothering me, but they obviously are because I woke up thinking about them. And I've learned to pay attention to what I'm thinking about when I first wake up in the morning. Usually one of the first things I consciously do is I'm grateful that I actually woke up in the morning, because it's not a given. And, you know, in 2010, I got the opportunity to understand firsthand that waking up every day is not a given. And that's why usually my first thought in the morning is I'm in my warm and cozy bed and I'm so grateful to be here, and I'm so grateful to be waking up to my alarm. And I don't really need my alarm to wake up because I'm an early morning person, but I like it because it helps me trigger and set off my morning routine. And I have a daily morning routine that's very important to me. But today, my morning routine normally starts out with some kind of meditation and goals and overview of my affirmations and the things that I'm working toward. And today I kept getting interrupted by some stuff from my past that I thought I had already dealt with and let go of. And I obviously, on a subconscious level, still have remnants of that sneaking up into my life. And so today I'm going to have to spend some time consciously doing a couple of activities to actually let that go again more. I've let some of it go, but apparently there's still pieces of it that they're sneaking up and impacting me in a negative way. And I always know that because they show up in thoughts and feelings, and consciously they pop into my mind, and that means that I haven't dealt with them all the way. And that's always true for all of us. We all have things like that. So today I'll spend some time letting go of that stuff. And I do it in different ways. I meditate. I actually like to do, I've done a whole couple of letting go series where I like to do fun things to let go of things. I'll write what I'm trying to let go of on Post-it notes, and I'll burn them in a candle or something. I will write it on toilet paper and flush it down the toilet. I like to do symbolic things. I've actually written it on balloons and let the balloons go before bed. I know that's not good for birds, so I try not to do that one very often. But I've done a whole series of things like that because I find when I do symbolic things like that, it really, it helps me on a deeper level to actually let go of things. And this thing that came up today, I haven't really dealt with it. I have on the surface dealt with it, and I've put a nice face on it, and I've been the bigger person about it. But by doing that, by stuffing it down and not letting it go and letting real forgiveness happen for myself, it still obviously affects me. So that's a lesson learned for myself. So today I'm letting go of that. Then I am working on the Women's Summit, big way Women's Summit. I'm not frustrated. I'm miffed at myself that I don't have a few of the interviews done that need to be done. It's Sunday. It launches Tuesday. And it's outside of my control because it's a project where I'm depending on other people to be a part of the interview. I'm not interviewing myself. I'm interviewing other people. And other people that committed to being available have not been available or aren't making themselves available. Now, some of those people have super good reasons. I mean, one poor woman got a concussion. I totally get that. We're saving her till Thursday or whenever she's able to. And if she can't be on this one, I'll be sad and disappointed because I love her and I think what she does is awesome. But if she can't be, I'll have her on one of the other ones because we're going to have more than one summit this year. So that's not a big deal. What I'm talking about are the people that say they're going to do something, they commit to it, and then they get scared and then they back out and they won't do it. I'm trying to think if I I'm sure I've been that way in my life at some point, but I really think it's important that if you say you're going to do something, you find a way to make it happen. And you don't make it happen at the 11th hour for the other person. So if I commit that I'm going to do something for somebody, I make darn sure I'm going to do it. And I'm usually going to do it before I say I'm going to have it done for them. I call this under-promising and over-delivering. But I always deliver on what I say I'm going to do. Because if I don't, you know, I can make excuses and I can share things. And a lot of times there's good reasons for not doing something. But you need to communicate that with the other person then. Hey, and you need to be honest with yourself. I thought I could do this. I wanted to do this, but now I'm scared. I don't think I have enough to offer to be a part of this. And that's cool because guess what? There's lots of other people that do, but that gives me time. This is a selfish me saying, that gives me time to find other people and put them in your place instead of holding a place open for you till the last minute and then finding out that you're not going to follow through and you're not going to do it and you're not going to be a part of it. And the truth is, the people that have done that, I will not showcase them on any of my other summits. I won't. Not because I don't think what they do is wonderful, but they've shown to me that they don't value their commitments. Therefore, I don't want to recommend them and their services to other people, not knowing how they deliver on those products or services as well. It's just, you know, it's the way I operate. You know, I always give people way too much benefit of the doubt. And I've learned over the years that people show us exactly who they are. We just don't always want to see it. So I'm learning to be more open to seeing what people are actually showing me versus what I want to see in them. Because, and sometimes it's just not the right time for people. I totally get that. Just tell me, hey, it's not the right time. I have only had one person tell me, no, I can't do this. And I get that because I know that it's because that person isn't ready to put themselves out there in a bigger way. And doing a summit is putting yourself out there in a bigger way because people that you never would have been exposed to before, you'll be exposed to now. You'll be sharing a little bit of your expertise, but you'll also be opening yourself up to the universe so that the universe can deliver you more customers, more people that you can help. And some people aren't ready for that. And I get that. Just tell me no then. Just say, hey, I can't do this. And give me a reason. I don't care what reason you give me, but just let me know ahead of time that you don't want to do it, you can't participate. It's really interesting. When I first put it out there, over 100 women raised their hand and said, yes, I want to do that. And only about 1 in 4, not even 1 in 4, 1 in 3, maybe less than that. Maybe 1 in 3 or 1 in 2 actually followed through and took action to become a part of it. And one lady was a super fast action taker. I talked to her on Friday. We did her interview on Friday. To me, that's the kind of people I want on a summit because I know she's super busy, but she saw the power and how this could help her and how it could help other people by sharing what it is that she knows. And she hopped on the call. Did she have other things to do? Absolutely. But she made this a priority. So we got her interview done. And I find that it's so true. It's like the busier people are, the more they'll go out of their way to actually get things done and to commit to and follow through on their word and do what they say they're going to do because they've learned that is your reputation. That is who you are, and that is who you're presenting to the world. So working on the Women's Summit, and I'll admit I've got pieces of that missing. It looks like a piece of Swiss cheese as I go through the funnel on the website. There's pieces missing, and I've got to get those pieces together. But that's on me to have the copy all right and the colors and the graphics and everything once I get them. But I have to get the information from the women that are participating in it. And maybe I need to do a better job of reminding them and following up and you know, asking for the information, and I'm putting systems in place to do that. I'll put a whole series of email reminders in place for the next summit to say, hey, I need your picture or whatever piece is missing. Hey, I need your answers to the questions if you want to be part of the book, because I'm doing a PDF. And I haven't looked, but I think we've got 11 or 12 of the speakers that are part of that, which just adds more value to people. And should everybody have done it? I would have, if I were to, and I will do a chapter. Sorry about the alarm. I didn't realize it was that late. I did an extra video today. I'm doing I did a piece about baking cookies because I made these funky cookies and how that ties into processes and continuous improvement, because I hadn't done anything on my Facebook page for a while, so I wanted to do something on there. And actually had somebody on there, Chad was on there, and I want to message him in my next video and ask him if he ever sleeps, because he's up late at night, he's up early in the morning. I don't think he ever sleeps. So, letting go. Oh, comparisons. I wanted to talk about comparisons a little bit. I didn't mean to rant about the Women's Summit that much and about people, but I think it's really important to yourself. It's not important to me. It doesn't matter to me one way or another who does or doesn't participate in this summit. I'm picking people because I respect and like them, and I know the value I've gotten out of their information and material and the things that they've taught me, and that's how I've picked them and invited them to participate in this. Now, there's a lot of women that I should have contacted, but I was scared to. I admit it, I was scared to. There's some amazing women I know and have been following for, years, not just a little bit of time, but for years, and I didn't contact them because I wasn't confident enough to think that this was a big enough deal to ask them if they wanted to be a part of it. That was my lesson learned on this summit, and I won't make that mistake again, because some of the bigger people and the more important people and the busier people that I contacted were the ones that said yes and did it the first, actually did their interviews easily and effortlessly. And it's the people that haven't grown their business as much or have the big business or the self-esteem or the confidence that have been the hardest to get a hold of to participate in the summit. So interesting lessons learned, right? And I guess I'm the same way. If I feel confident and am invited to do something or be on a podcast, I'm like, well, now no problem. But if you would have asked me a year and a half ago, I probably would have been nervous and said no too, unless I, buoyed up my confidence and I really was like, yeah, I can do this. I can answer some questions. But to me, being on the other side of that, I think, okay, I only asked like 2 or 3 questions through the whole thing, through the whole interview. So it's really, really simple, easy, and low stress. And it's just the person and me, because we're not doing the interviews live. We're just doing them on Zoom. So it's the person and me doing the interview. I'm just asking a couple questions and they're sharing the information and talking about what it is they do, why they do it, and how that's, how customers play a part in that and what they like best about working with customers, etc. It's super easy. It's just like my interviews for my podcast. They're really low pressure, low stress. And so I always want people to feel better about having been on my podcast or having been a part of the summit or coming in contact with me. I never, ever want anybody to feel bad about themselves or anything that we're doing. It's all about getting yourself out there. And I know that takes a while. I mean, I remember my first videos, holy man, I was scared to do them. But that is the key, and that's my point about comparison and comparing yourself to others. A lot of times we see people and we watch what they're doing and we only see pieces of it. We only see after they've done 1,000 videos or 100 videos. We only see them because a lot of people will actually make 100 videos or dozens and dozens or a lot of videos, and they'll edit the daylights out of them before they ever put them online, before they ever put anything up. And so we see this polished, and it's the same thing with business success. People don't show you all of the struggles and all the trials and tribulations they had on the way to get to where they are now. They just show you the highlights. Social media especially, I think it's, we always knew that television, well, most people know that reality TV is scripted and that television and what you see on there isn't real, it's fantasy. Movies are made up, people. They're all made up. They're not real characters. But for some reason, we watch social media, we watch Facebook, we watch whatever platforms you happen to watch, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever it is, and we think that that is people's life, their real life. Shocker, no, it's not. One of my sisters actually watches her friends on social media, and she compares herself to them, and she thinks that, and she feels bad about that. And I don't understand, because all anybody ever shows normally on social media, and now it's going the other way because people are trying to be real and authentic influencers, so they're showing all this drama and trauma from their life, but usually it's after the fact, and they're just showing the pieces that they want to show. So they're not really showing you the gut-wrenching how they felt. They're just telling you the story, 10 years later. And to me, again, that's just like the highlight reel. I'm showing you the pieces of my life 10 years ago and what I went through because I want you to know that I'm just like you. Hate that, right? That's why this is day 372 of what I'm doing to transition from the offline world to the online world. Some days I'm up because I've had a good day. Other days, I'm way down and ranting about things that are outside of my control because I haven't had a great weekend about it. And I'm running out of time because I made a commitment to myself that this is launching next Tuesday. So Tuesday and Wednesday are going to be awesome. Thursday, I'm going to be scrambling to get that done because I still have some gaps in my interview. And do I need as many interviews as I think I want to roll out? Heck no. Have I got an incredible lineup already? Absolutely. More value than I could have imagined. But I set an objective in my mind of how many speakers I wanted to have, and I'm short of that. And so no one else knows or cares, but it bothers me. And so I'm not comparing myself to anybody else. I'm comparing myself to the goal that I set for myself. And I want to make sure that I hit that because I want to always be keeping my word to myself. I can fool other people and I can make excuses to other people and I can tell them stories, but I can't lie or fool or not be accountable to myself, because even if I try to tell myself those stories, I know that I'm not being 100% honest with myself. Like I said, you don't have to be honest with anybody else, but you got to be honest with yourself if you're going to create the life that you want and have the experiences that you want. So that's my whole thing on comparison. If we compare ourselves to other people, we will always be disappointed. But if we're always comparing ourselves and creating a better version of ourselves a teeny bit every day, well, we won't be disappointed. Will we improve and become the person we want to be overnight? No, sorry, shocker. Will we become the person we want to become faster than we ever dreamt possible and then set new goals and new things that we want to achieve and new objectives? Absolutely, because we are continually improving, growing. We always want more human beings. That's the nature of being a human being. So continuous improvement, letting go, going to work on that today, comparing yourself to others, and the Women's Summit. Those are the things I'm working on right now. And Patricia Thomas, direct message me. I will contact you after this. I would love to have you on the Women's Summit. It's all about women business owners helping other women business owners, whether they're just starting out or whether they've been in business for, a lot of us have been in business for decades. And we're talking all about customers and the entire customer handling process, from attracting, finding, and getting customers that you want for your business, to how do you win them and how do you build relationship with them, to the lifelong value of a customer and the importance of that, and all aspects of customers. And everybody, every one of us, believe it or not, have customers. Even if we don't have a separate business, and authors included, we're all writing for someone, for ourselves, and then for someone else. We're all doing everything that we do to sell other people on what it is that we're doing and becoming. I mean, if you're in a relationship of any sort, if you have kids, if you have coworkers, if you have colleagues, we're all in relationships. So we're all selling people all the time, which involves customers and relationships. And customers are, I think, in the ideal world, we're building relationships with them. We're not just foisting our products and services on them. So that's it. That's what I'm working on today. Go out, make it a fabulous day. You know, tomorrow I'll be sharing and ranting about something else. I didn't make you learn about my cookie process, but maybe some other day. But I did share that, and that was kind of fun because I used to be addicted to making cookies. I used to have the habit of making cookies every night after school when I was in school for my sisters and I as an after-school snack. And since 2010, well, probably before then, probably since 2003 or 4, I stopped kind of making cookies when I got my own cooking manufacturing business. It involved cooking so much every single day that my kids swear I quit feeding them after that too. I fed them a lot of ravioli and Italian food, but I think they're probably right. I cooked a lot less after getting involved in that business than I did before. So it's always fun for me to go back. It's like nostalgic to revisit making cookies and comparing that process to any business process that we have in our businesses, because I'm all about helping people understand processes and systems are important, and that everything can be boiled down to a framework and a process. And when we do that, it becomes duplicatable and we can predict the results, which some of us are nerdy engineers and we like to have predictable results. All right, I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Have a fantastic day. Bye.